Hi guys, Amy here. So I wanted to make a video about the Transformers multiverse, but the script just wasn't scripting. So instead let's talk about the crossover toys of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. So we all know Kamen Rider and Super Sentai are both sibling series created by Toei. The whole idea behind Super Sentai was Toei asking Ishinomori to make a show that's what if Kamen Rider, but there's lots of them. And after Kamen Rider returned from its hiatus, it joined its now much older and more mature sibling. Both series running concurrently for the past 25 years. And I feel that someone in the marketing department probably felt like Benjamin Franklin when he thought, wait, if Kamen Rider makes lots of money, and Super Sentai makes lots of money, what if we made both of them make lots of money? And that probably spawned the trend of both series from time to time releasing a crossover episode, special or movie. And of course to promote that stuff, Bandai releases a crossover toy. Most of the time these are not canon, and if they are, they appear only in the climax of the earlier mentioned movies. Just like with Legendary Rider items, our first crossover item comes from Decade. In episode 24 of Decade, Tsukasa Kadoya expends his travels from the world of Kamen Riders into the world of the Shinkangers. Again, Doshu steals Dien's gun, there's some cool stuff where he summons different monsters, fighting, adventuring, and in the climax of the world of Shinkanger arc, Tsukasa activates complete form, after which he summons Shinkenred's Rekka Daisanto. And bam, new toy is created. Fun fact, CSM release of Decade Driver included this card, unless you lived outside of Asia, since due to a technicality this is a Power Rangers weapon, and Bandai couldn't really include it. Of course, few early copies of Decade Driver managed to sneak through alongside the other Shinkangers crossover cards. Next time Bandai remembered that they could print extra money was in the Superhero Tyson movie. After Oz gifted his core medals to the Gokaijas, they transformed them into the special Oz keys. Each Gokaiger got their own key, transforming them into one of Oz combos that corresponded to the colors. Gata Kiriba was given to Don, Latorata to Luca, Sagozo to Guy, Shota to Joe, Tajadol to Marvelous, and Putotira to Ahim. Forze sadly didn't have any straight-up Sentai crossover form or toy. Instead, we only got to see Go Buster O get upgraded with the power of the Super Witch. So the next crossover toy we got was the Super Sentai Ring in the Superhero Tyson Z movie. There, Wizard combines his Dragon Phantom with Kyoryujin. This form called the Miracle Combination, where the lizards performed the Juden Brave Strike End, alongside the manifestation of all past T-Rex mechs. Can I just say, Sentai mechs combined with Kamen Rider bikes, it goes really fucking hard, and I'm sad it will probably never happen again. Ugh, I need to download the footage of this movie again. To fulfill this little blurb featuring Super Sentai, Tokyo just suddenly joined the Kamen Rider vs. Baden Empire war, since the bad guy, Nazi Skeleton Man, lent one of the Dark Liners to get Denliner off the rails. In the final fight scene, when General Simo of Baden transforms to his Skeletosaurus form, Tokyo just formed Tokyuo, with Momotaros as Deno volunteering to help, but he quickly gets bumped down by one of the most marketable buff guys ever, who also just kinda appeared. Gaputera's skillset is really wild. They can both transform from a T-Rex into a robot, combine with a bunch of other dinosaurs, turn small, combine with a human, and now they can also transform into a train. This way we get the form Tokyuo Kyoryujin featuring Denliner. A really cool combiner, and I'm happy that Bandai actually released the Denliner Resha, which means you can recreate this as a toy. Sadly not the joke form with Denliner as the torso. Fun fact, we only got Deno as a toy, but in the programming of Tokyo Changer there are also sounds for Rider Resha and Gaim Resha, so maybe Bandai was planning something for the earlier crossovers? Could you imagine Tokyuo with Gaim's sword and helmet? Or Ichigo's mask and scarf? Next we get the Shift Cars. It's a well-known fact that the Drive Driver is filled with unused sounds for days, but other than that, we do have some crossover sounds. Shift Super Sentai, Shift Resha Sentai, Shift Resha Car, Shift Kamen Rider, and Shift Heisei Rider. So you can see there are many possibilities for crossovers, like it literally has Resha Sentai in it. Sadly we never got a Tokyo Drive or something else. Instead we only got the crossover with Ninja and the Super Hero Tyson GP movie, where Drive's car, Tridoron, combined with the mech, Shurikenjin, to form Shurikenjin Tridoron, and they never released a toy of this. Okay, but fun fact, I can't find any pictures, but I'm 100% sure that when Power Rangers Ninja Steel was revealed, Toy Fair had graphics displaying the ninja stars, and one of them was Tridoron Shurikenjin. I can't find any pictures of that, but I'm sure it was there. Like, it's the same level as when Wizard accidentally cameoed in the Toy Fair trailer of Dino Charge. So, Cuteas are probably one of the most well-known examples of a Kamen Rider X Super Sentai crossover item, since we saw it in the show. As seen in episode 7 of Kyuranger, the X8 Kyutama just plops Emu from his universe to the world of Kyurangers. Don't think about which of these Kyurangers X8 first-time meetings are canon. As with all crossovers, it's just for fun. It's for the sillies. Also, another fun fact, if used in the Dark Seiza Blaster, the changer reads as Gen Kyutama. Which would probably work analogously, suddenly summoning Gen. The funny thing is, Dark Seiza Blaster debuted in episode 26. If we say that events of both universes happen at around same time as the episode release, so the time of episode 26 is the same time that episode 44 of X8 happens. Would that summon Gem still be a Baxter that exists of a limited life supply? Would he still have access to all his forms and gear? I don't know, just food for thought. And your comments! Okay, so this section is, I almost forgot, cause do we really classify them as crossover items? Cause Kamen Sentai Go Riders, a team of different riders and Sentai warriors that transform into a Nigo and Go Ranger fusion. Aren't a crossover form or a power-up, it's a full new hero identity. These can just be taken up by anyone. But I'm still mentioning here just in case someone wants to type them out in the comments. But still do it, it's good for the algorithm. By the way, spoiler alert for Kamen Rider Agito, Blade, Gaim and X8. Please skip to the full bottle section if you don't want to know some stuff. The official Kamen Rider Zukan page describes them as a Sentai team comprised of powerful Kamen Riders that have access to every Sentai and Rider power that existed. They first debuted in the Super Hero Tyson movie, where they were an unlockable power-up for the digital doubles that live in the Hero Tyson game world. First team consisted of Emu Hojo as Aka Rider, Yakumo Kato as Ao Rider, Masato Jin as Ki Rider, Momotaros as Momo Rider, and Shuichi Kitaoka as Mido Rider. With these brand new powers, Go Riders used the Rider Hurricane to destroy the Andor Genesis mothership, clearing the game of Xevious, the powers turning into a pack of cards. Go Riders returned later in the self-titled miniseries, a nice mystery drama where Emu wonders why he's stuck in a constantly resetting scenario that for some reason also features the riders that died before. The second team of Go Riders consisted of Kaito Kumon as Aka Rider, Kazuma Kenzaki as Ao Rider, Kirya Kujo as Ki Rider, Yoko Minato as Momo Rider, Kaoru Kino as Mido Rider, Emu Hojo as X8. fulfilling the role of like a extra hero. Emu gave the power cards he kept to the co-op squad, they pulled out a recycled prop, and bam, miniseries over. But that wasn't the end of the Go Riders. During the special event stage show, Go Riders were identities of unnamed Shocker troopers that were cadets of the Shocker Hero School. They were specifically trained to battle Kamen Riders. And we also saw Go Riders in Geo over Quartzer. As an army of Kashins was attacking, a team of digital copies of Go Riders manifested themselves from civilians' game console. By the way, this scene of miscellaneous obscure riders fucking peak. They should do this type of stuff more often. Next up we have the full bottles, the main changing device from Kamen Rider build. In this series we got the Kamen Rider and Super Sentai full bottles. Both of them were released as promotional bonus items included with magazines. The Super Sentai full bottle depicts the Red Ranger of both teams of Lupin Ranger and Pata Ranger, while its combination partner has the main 4 build riders. We never got to see what the individual half bodies of those forms would look like and how would they work in a best match. But fun fact, the Kamen Rider full bottle shares the same pins as the Rider's system bottle used by Evolt, so technically a evil superhero time is a form that Evolt can take. The VS Changer has few unused sounds for the VS vehicles. There is the generic Super Sentai and Kamen Rider sounds, and a more specific Kamen Rider build sound. Man, with both series having power-up items programmed into their toys, I'm kinda sad we never got a media or at least a concept art that showed them. Can you imagine Build with a cape and Pat Ranger's megaphone? Lupin Rangers maybe combined again, but now with diagonal patterns of Build? Since Geo was a massive crossover and celebration of the Heisei era, it was rather obvious that Kamen Rider would invite their sister series to the party, and that item was the Ryu Soldier Ride Watch that depicted Ryu Soul Red. Not gonna lie, it's one of my favorite toys. I feel they put a lot of work into it. For the Ryu Soldier toy line, the designers probably thought to repay their Ride Watch by programming Geo sound into the Ryu Soulken. The toy for that was never released. They are really cool little soldier dudes, and having a tiny Geo would be awesome. Not gonna lie, now that I'm reading, there is a lot of unused Ryu Souls. I wonder what Bandai was planning with those. Next up we have the Sentai gears. or rather in this situation, Kamen Rider gears. Shown to us in Zenkaiger episode 20, they were a new invention of Flint after she got inspired by Team's adventures with Saber. She built 3 gears based on the latest riders, and as shown in the series, they allowed the Zenkaigers to copy their powers and special moves. Geo Gear allowed Juran to see the future and perform Geo 2's King Girigiri Slash. 01 allowed Gaon to perform 01's Rider Kick, Rising Impact, while Saber was used by Kaito, and it summoned the Kaeken Rekka, allowing Zenkaiser to perform the Saber Ken Jujizan. I find the gears really cool, love the unique color scheme, the sparkly pattern with the rider symbols and silhouettes engraved onto them. The toy line also gave us a 2-sided gear, Nidai Hero Gear, that has both the images of Saber and Zenkaiser. I can imagine like allowing a wielder to maybe use both powers at the same time. Of course, there's also the great crossover book of superhero Senki, where Toma fuses with Zenkaiser for a powerful blast that has the power of both franchises together. Next up we have the sequel to Sentai Gears, the Avatar Gears, or rather in this case, I already did this joke. We never got to see them in series, so they are just stuck as bonuses to pre-ordering their movie tickets. The released gears were Revi, Vice, and Geats. Revi and Vice had unique sounds, while Geats used the generic Kamen Rider. Okay, so do you think these gears would still be color locked, if we can call it that? Where only a Kamen Rider that somehow got the Dawn Blaster could turn them? Or would they work like the Zenkaiser gear, where the transformation is firmly locked in, so no matter who uses the Geats gear will always turn into Geats? By the way, I will mention it now since I don't know if I will have a chance to do it again. Dawn Blaster has some really obscure heroes programmed into them that aren't even other Sentai teams. The High School Heroes, okay, kinda makes sense, the series was airing around the time. Metal Heroes! Okay, the Space Squad series was pretty active around then. And Junretsuga. The fuck is Junretsuga? Oh, it's a different tokusatsu movie. Okay.
There are also sounds for Unused combined Revis, Saber, and 01.
Not gonna lie, with all these crossover possibilities, I feel Toei wanted Doom Brothers to be a bit more toyetic. I can see the crossovers in like side special or releasing the toys as DVD bonuses, but we all know who they hired to write it. So next up we have the race buckles. As a part of the toy line, Bandai released a King Gojo buckle. I'm kinda sad it's just a picture of King Gojos, but I feel the King Gojo caliber wouldn't make the most interesting race buckle, especially if it still needed to keep the square shape. And next we return to the world of movie bonuses with the Gochos cards that feature Super Sentai. As a bonus for pre-ordering tickets to the movie, each viewer got a pack of promo cards. The cards we got were King Oja and Kurogata Oja, which combined to Extreme King Oja, a Bunred and Gochat card, Bundorio card with his giant pot, and Yarukar cards. The Bunbunja cards just give off the generic Super Sentai sound that combines with the Kamen Rider card. The Bunbun car segment would be rather short, since the only thing I can mention is that Boon Changer has the generic Super Sentai and Kamen Rider sounds. I don't even know what they could release for those series. Maybe a Valvarad based power-up that has Mad Wheel, or a Bulkier car based on Gav's bike. And finally we reach today, where the current collectible gimmicks are the Gochizos. For now we know that the movie has a promo item in form of the Gochizo cosplaying as Goji Wolf, but we also got to see a true Super Sentai Gochizo in the form of the Bunbunja Gochizo. As seen in the Televikun magazine, it's a assist type Gochizo, so when used by Gav in his Poppingami form, it transforms his head into a giant wheel, which he uses to attack his enemy. A really silly but fun move. Also, it gives us some sort of idea how the other legendary hero Gochizos would look with the Sentai ones and the Kamen Rider ones. Since yes, there is few more Sentai ones coming. Toyline leaks mention a whole set of Gochizos based on the Gojuja. Another update. I found this magazine page on a Facebook group. It's promoting the Tycoon Gochizo, describing who Tycoon is, how the toy works, and how it works in universe. Specifically, it mentions that Tycoon, so I guess by extension All Rider Gochizos, is a power channeling type for us. When it's inserted in the Gav's Gavga blade, it allows Gav to copy Tycoon's finisher move, which now gives us 2 cases of legendary Hero Gochizo powers getting used, both a Sentai one and a Rider one, which means I can firmly say that they are power channeling. Now if only these fuck-ass Gaia memories did something, come on Futopii, bring in the memories into the show, give me more toys! And that's it. Those are all the Kamen Rider Super Sentai crossover items and powers. Kinda sad that most of these are just kinda stuck in toyline purgatory, of us not really knowing what they do. But hey, I do read all the comments, so I know my viewers will get really creative. Please write in the comments, how would you see those powers? Please make up some new ones for the Riders and Sentai teams that never got their toys. I love reading your comments. By the way, I'm now also mentioning the scene where Blade, Ryuki and Decade use the Gosei cards. This doesn't make the Gosei cards Kamen Rider crossover items. It just shows that either Rider tech or Gosei cards are compatible with each other. Bye.